So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to swap out attachments and go to the long jet nozzle, and I'm going to clean around the sink and the countertop areas, right where the sink meets the countertop, faucets, things like that. We're going to try to blow out some of those areas that really don't get cleaned very well. That's again where smells will sit, and you'll continue to retain those smells unless you remove that dirt and grime. So we'll see if we can get some of that out. Go from there. So as we do this, just take your time. Sometimes you can turn the steam pressure up just a little bit. It'll help kind of give a little more effort to blow that out. Also, another area that really keeps smells is drains. So the key here is going to be cleaning these drains. You just do the same process. So we're going to just go slow, work that steamer right there around that drain. And in the drain is another area, right? As the drain builds up over time, just shoot some steam down in there, and it's really going to open up those pores of that plumbing in there. Clean it out. Now the single hole nozzle can be used a number of ways. Obviously you can use the long jet nozzle or the shorter one. In this case I use the long one. It's a little more user friendly, gives you a little more leverage, but you can use either in this case. And then as we're looking at a flat surface, we can use that same extraction nozzle to clean the flat surface. So we'll go through that real quick. And again, you can use the small or the large. In this case, I'm actually going to go with the small, just a little more versatile. So squeegee brush combo, the extraction nozzle. We're going to go vacuum on. And I'm actually going to show you the extraction too. So let me run through that real quick. So this button on your machine is the extraction. When you turn this on, you will get an orange light. When you pull the trigger, you're going to notice you get a little bit of a humming, pumping sound. And then you're going to get more water coming out of this attachment. So you need a lot more moisture than just your traditional steam. So most of the time you only need this in an area you've got a lot of buildup for a flat surface, or if you've got, like say when you're cleaning tile and grout, you've got maybe a spot that's got mold and mildew, right? You really need to remove that. But in this case, for this countertop, sometimes it'll help clean a little faster. So we're going to go extraction on, vacuum on, and we're going to pull the steam trigger. You can see here we're getting up a lot of soap, a lot of scum, just a lot of different stuff on the surface. Now when you use the extraction, keep in mind you're going to create a lot more moisture content. So I'm going to turn the extraction off, leave the vacuum on, and just steam only. I'm going to cut down some of that moisture. As you can see, we're getting a little bit less moisture in there. And that's going to make your life a lot easier when you're cleaning up, trying to get to a dry surface. And it's also going to give it one final sterilization. So what I'm going to also do is let off the steam trigger and just vacuum only. And this will get that last bit of remnants. So we have a nice dry surface. So again, all in one touchless cleaning system is the goal, right? There we go. So the goal today is to try to show you how to use your steamer effectively, get the most benefit out of all your attachments. And if you have any trouble with that, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and we'll be happy to help.